I felt the most single I have ever felt.
Did you ever encounter any ragging experience or some best friend or girlfriend?
Girlfriend. I don't think NEET marks really decide what kind of a doctor you are going to be.
What about your stipend? How much does your college give you?
अभी जो recent webinar हुआ था next का
Yeah, with the past history of NMC. ये part cut करने वाले हो ना?
What's up, guys? I'm Advika,
and I'm Akshaj.
and we welcome you all to Two Sides of a Coin.
Yay!
Guys, today is gonna be one of the most exciting episodes, one of the most awaited ones as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be our first ever guest episode.
This is just not any guest, it is Dr. Anuj Pachhel.
Hello everyone, my name is Anuj. I'm a medical student at Government Medical College Nagpur. My name is Anuj, I'm your host.
Hi everyone, my name is Anuj. I am now a third year MBBS student.
I'm Dr. Anuj Pachhel, an MBBS intern from GMC Nagpur.
Dr. Anuj is an intern currently
Yeah.
in GMC Nagpur, as well as he is a YouTuber with around 8 lakh subscribers.
Yeah, like a massive following, but not just that, he has impacted millions of lives, inspired so many
Yes,
students and
true.
people around the world, including us.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's
let's
start.
welcome him.
Let's welcome him with an applause again.
Okay.
Okay, guys, now we're finally joined with Dr. Anuj. This feels surreal. This is so exciting. So before starting, we already have given you guys who Anuj Pachhel is, how
Yes.
great he is, but we would
love the man, the legend, the myth himself to give a short intro about himself.
First of all, thank you so much for the invite. I'm a big fan of your work as well as your podcast. Both of you guys keep it up, and I really hope तुम्हारी पढ़ाई वगैरह सब अच्छी शुरू हो. So hi everyone who is watching. I'm Dr. Anuj Pachhel. I'm an MBBS intern at GMC Nagpur, and I occasionally make videos, and I'm just trying to document my life and provide value. That's it.
I mean, you are the most consistent person I know on YouTube. So occasionally won't be the right word,
Yes.
but we are a huge fan of yours, and we're literally honored to be joined by you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
you
much.
recently started your internship, right? How has it been going on? That's like a new phase in your life, right?
Yeah, so it was really difficult to get adjusted at first because our pattern is like in India, we are not exposed to doing the work in the hospital. We are just used to studying and studying. So when you
Yeah.
get into internship, the first few weeks, they are really difficult. So I started with a very heavy posting in our college. Pediatrics is considered to be heavy. So I started with that, and slowly, as I've, I've spent, I think, 10 or 11 weeks at this point. So now I'm kind of getting used to like, okay, this is how the work is supposed to be done. This is how effective I can be doing the work. So obviously, I would say that this is a phase which every medical student and every junior doctor has to go through. But it's a very huge learning experience if you get the right junior residents as well as right professors, I would say. So the people who are really, good at teaching, if you're lucky enough to have them, just learn everything from them, because whatever you are reading in the textbooks, you'll be able to find in the hospital in ways that you might not expect. So I'm taking this as a learning opportunity more than I'm taking it like ये struggle वाला phase कब खत्म होगा and all of that. So I'm just doing my thing along with internship. So yes, it's difficult, but I would say that I'm enjoying it. थोड़ा बहुत difficulty की starting में, but it's good. I like it.
So, which one would be your favorite department until now?
Abhi tak, how many departments
Yes.
have you been in?
I think I've been in like pediatrics, forensic medicine, surgery, medicine, the ICUs of peds and medicine. So I think like you could consider this like four or five
six.
departments, I would say.
Okay.
So my favorite one was trauma. So trauma is complete emergency. I never realized that managing emergencies was my thing until I was doing it at 3 a.m. and on a Sunday night. So that's when we got a mass casualty. There was this case who was in asystole. So he was bought, and then everybody was busy, but I was told to do the CPR. So I started doing the CPR. Then he required intubation, so I assisted with that. And then we gave NORAD and all of that. The heart restarted, the BP was shot up, so the patient basically survived. And that was the biggest adrenaline rush, those 5 minutes that we had. Amazing. So that's when I actually realized that maybe going into an emergency branch is something which I would be doing in the future. because it was just wow. So I would say trauma center was one of the best days of my life, I would say, because my JRs were really supportive, and they allowed me to do a lot of different procedures that usually interns don't do in many medical colleges. So yeah.
Do you ever doubt yourself? Like, just listening to you right now, I feel I know a lot of us go through this, especially as medical students. Right now we are studying, but when we are posted in different postings, we are like, हमसे कैसे होगा? Like, ये लोग कैसे कर रहे हैं? We are studying it, we know the knowledge, but just seeing how people are implementing it, it feels so scary. So are you ever, just doubting on your abilities or your knowledge?
I mean, I never really, doubted it, because I never knew what was the difference between the theory and the practical aspect of it until and unless I actually did it. So you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. So that's the biggest part, is to accept that गलतियाँ बहुत सारी होगी, but तुम्हें सीखना है उन गलतियों से, तुम्हें उसे repeat नहीं करना है. I'll just give you one of the best examples I can. When let's say a person is having hypotension, right, and he's bought after an accident, what do you check first? You check airway, breathing, circulation, right? So airway breathing तो तुम्हें दिख जाएगा, but what about circulation? Will you palpate the radial artery? What will you see? So I was just going and saying, okay, radial artery पे हाथ लगाया, तो I was then told कि radial artery नहीं देखी जाती है. You have to see the common carotids. So see, I knew that, obviously I knew that, because in every practical from literally first year to final year, they ask us to palpate the carotids, right? But when you actually mistake it, you will actually learn from it and do the right thing next time. So of course the learning तो यार काफ़ी है, self doubt होने मत दो, because it's a learning experience, you are doing it for the first time. So make as many mistakes as you can, hopefully non-lethal ones that you can correct later on. But
I love how passionate you are talking about your internship experiences, because that really inspires not just us but a lot of students, because obviously medical का जो outlook है for a lot of students, it's like यार कैसे होगा, कितना ज़्यादा पढ़ना है, कितना ज़्यादा है, but when someone talks about it so passionately, the whole outlook changes. It just turns, yeah, I also want to do this and all.
मतलब don't let anybody tell you otherwise कि internship बहुत difficult है, बहुत hectic है. It is all of that, but it's an experience like nothing else.
And what about your stipend? How much does your college give you per month for your internship?
Yeah, so my first stipend was released I think 2 days ago, and
wow,
it was for 2 months. So for 2 months my stipend was 17,767. So that's for 2 months. It was supposed to be 20,000 or something like that, but we got 17.7. So yeah, it's pretty low. So per month it's like 8 to 10k बीच में आएगी. So I think that's okay, and I'm still learning a lot. So I'm just taking the stipend as a bonus thing, and not like this is my primary source of earning. So yeah, it is low, but I have no issues with it.
Do you think that NEET marks are important in becoming a good doctor?
I don't think so. I personally believe that if you're getting into a medical college, right, that already means that you have scored decently well, okay? And by default, NEET eliminates the people who haven't. So the people who are already entering are so selected that they are pretty good at the MBBS or whatever field they are choosing. So I don't think NEET marks really decide what kind of a doctor you are going to be, or I don't even think that medical college decides what kind of a doctor you're going to be. I personally feel like you decide what kind of a doctor you're going to be. अगर तुम पढ़ रहे हो, तुम clinics attend कर रहे हो, if you are looking at the patients, if you are learning things, then you are going to get a good skill set which is going to help you expand. So to all the students who are listening to this podcast, watching this from a peripheral college or from the best institute, I would like to just tell you that पढ़ो, खुद को better बनाओ, learn the clinical skills, go to the wards, see the patients, and you'll just automatically see you become better than most people. So don't let the NEET marks or any other marks interfere between.
So sir, ऐसा कोई like particular soft skills set है that you think is important for becoming a doctor, like empathy or?
Yeah, I think that most important thing is like patient communication. You should be very good at communicating with patients. You should be good at explaining to them things. Otherwise, the gap of communication creates a lot of problems, especially in your private practice. It does quite a lot of problems. So if the doctor isn't explaining the disease properly, the patient will go to some other doctor, he'll explain properly, and उसका patient बन जाएगा फिर वो, right? I'll give you one of my example. So I'm suffering from androgenetic alopecia. So it's very common. And so I went to a dermatologist and he told me कि देखो ये बहुत खतरनाक डिसीज़ है, इसमें मिनॉक्सिडिल और ये सब लगाना होता है, लाइफ लॉन्ग लगाना होता है. I'm like, क्या लाइफ लॉन्ग लगाना है, क्या नहीं लगाएगा, छोड़ रहने दो. And then 6 months later, I noticed that the hair fall is increasing, all of that. I went to a different doctor. And the way he explained to me everything, he took like 25 minutes explaining to me every single concept about androgenetic alopecia, the 7 modes of treatment we have got, and all of that. And he said, like, तुम खाना तो रोज खा रहे हो, तो तुम ये दवाई भी रोज लगा ही सकते हो. And I was convinced, and I got the results with like 6 months of treatment. So it's like it really matters a lot how you communicate with your patients in any place, right? Be it making a podcast or
it's very
giving
important.
a speech or talking with patients. It's a must. It's a must to have.
So how would you like if you had a chance to describe your MBBS experience? Like what lines would you use? How would you explain it? Was it what you expected it to be, or was it something completely different, or how was it?
Yeah, so it was absolutely different from what I expected it to be. And I would say the biggest part was because I started making videos. And second, I found a good group of friends. अगर ये दोनों चीज़ें नहीं होती तो it would have been drastically different. And I think that doing these two things added so much happiness and so many memories in my life that now whenever I look back to my MBBS years, it's just like I want to do it again. So it's been amazing. I could do it again, go through all the struggling phase, even give all the exams just to have all the memories which I've had currently. So on social media, I don't usually post a lot, and even my vlogs, I try to restrict my personal life because I feel like किसे interest होगा, right? But what you have seen is like a fraction of the entire thing which I did not record. So whatever you are feeling after watching the videos, I'm feeling 100 times more, I would say. So yeah, that has been my entire experience of MBBS, and I think it's a very, very amazing course.
Did you ever encounter any ragging experience or something? Has that ever
Oh.
happened
Yeah.
with you?
Yeah, of course, it's GMC Nagpur. So it is ragging मतलब इधर बहुत common होती है. So yes, I have had an experience, but it was not particularly ragging. It was like the senior was just basically asserting dominance कि ऐसा क्यों है, वैसा क्यों है, नीचे क्यों नहीं देख रहे हो तुम, तीसरे बटन पे देखो एप्रन के, all of that.
Do you think ragging or somewhat anything related to ragging is kind of required in medical college, or what are your views on this thing? Because it's like a very
Yeah, so-
debatable topic.
Exactly. So what I think is that there has to be senior junior interaction, but it should be healthy. It should be like a brother and a little brother वाला. जैसे अगर मेरा कोई छोटा भाई है तो मैं उससे जिस वे से बिहेव करूँगा उससे ऊपर नहीं जाना चाहिए, ठीक है? It should not be sadistic is what I want to say. If I am telling my little brother कि मेरी journal लिख दे, it's okay, he can write it. I'm pretty sure he can write it. So I think that's okay. If you're writing your senior journal, I have written it. I have never given my juniors to write it though. But I think that if it crosses a line where it is a mental trauma for you, a physical trauma for you, or even worse than that something, then it's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to just get you out of your comfort zone, get you to interact with your seniors, get you to be more knowledgeable with respect to the environment, and sort of give you this tough wali feeling that you should have as a doctor in the future. So in the hospital you encounter so many different types of people, and you should know how to manage your mental status during those encounters, right? So I think that if you have had a sort of that initiation in the starting itself, that would make you mentally tough.
Or sir, I just wanted to ask, are you a first generation doctor? Your mom dad are also doctors?
Yeah, my parents are doctors, so I am
Wow.
second generation.
Okay.
I did not know that.
So were
Yeah,
you like
nobody knows
forced?
that.
Were you like forced into becoming a doctor, or आपका start से ही था कि डॉक्टर ही बनना है?
I was always interested in biology, and I did not like maths, so that only left me with one choice.
Okay, so now I am probably the most interested in this question, but I know a lot of people are. We all are insanely impressed by your YouTube journey, and you have such a huge family, like 800,000 people and more. it's not about the number, but it's the number of impacts that you've had on people's life. So why did you start this journey? Like, what was your thought or your
Inspiration or
inspiration
motivation.
behind it?
Yeah. So my basic idea was, so I was very good at making videos when I was up till class 10th, and then I had to leave it for 11th and 12th and first year. So I really wanted to re-explore my passion for making videos. So before my YouTube channel, people started noticing it after, I started videos in second year from my MBBS. Before it had like 50 videos or so. And those were all the videos which I had made back in school. So these were some of the videos which probably nobody will ever see. I have privated them. But you know what? It was just my idea to just start exploring the video making wala kid which I had when I was, just a little boy. So that was the basic idea behind starting the channel.
So
Yeah.
I think your oldest video one was that Newton disc.
Yeah, exactly.
जिसमें आप एक छोटे से adolescent लग रहे हो.
So, friends, I'm gonna tell you how the Newton's disk works. I've got a Newton disk.
I know.
And then I think I kind of relate to this. Like, I remember always having the passion of creating videos, and then the difference is that I started learning in 11th and 12th, but I never made them public because I was in the learning phase and I was just too insecure to make this public. And then after 12th and NEET and all, then I made it public. So yeah, I always had the passion, then had to put it down in 11th and 12th, and then started. When was the time when you were like, okay, damn, my YouTube is doing good, and damn, like, it's blowing up, this has potential? Do you remember that point in your life?
Yeah, I remember. It was in 2019, I guess, way back. I was just chatting with somebody, and then तुम्हें पता है जब first 1000 subscribers hit होते हैं एक notification आता है YouTube Studio का.
Yeah.
तो वो आया था रात में. I was like, wow, I'm so famous. So I felt that high when I got the first 1000 subscribers. It was bigger than I felt at 100k, bigger than 500, bigger than 800. The first 1000, that was the biggest moment of my entire life.
So which was your first viral video? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. So it was something called as, बहुत catchy title था, I remember. How I
Wait.
memorize books, something like that. So obviously that video is gonna go viral, as you can imagine. And it had a very nice thumbnail. यही table था उस thumbnail में actually. So I don't know why it got like 30,000 views in the first week, which was unusual at that time. It was very big for me. And then it just kept going till 1.5 lakh, then 2 lakhs. And then suddenly my subscriber count rushed up to 10,000.
So like how do you manage your YouTube as well as your MBBS life at the same time? Like कोई strategies time management की that आप बताना चाहेंगे, share करना चाहेंगे?
See, like it is difficult, I'm not gonna lie, especially with internship. I've realized that it can be extremely difficult. There have been, within the last 12 weeks itself, there have been like 2 weeks where I felt like I wouldn't be able to upload or hit publish on my channel. So I am personally struggling with this a lot, but still I have some tips which might help you guys out. First thing is that instead of scrolling, instead of wasting your time, keep your phone aside and just do the work first. Do it, उसके बाद तुम्हें जो करना है, you can do that. So unless and until you don't, you are going to be stuck with distractions, and it's going to eat up a lot of your time before you even know it. I'll just open up screen time, right? I think it's going to be like 3.5. It's 4 hours, my God. So it's 4 hours. So I've just spent 4 hours.
Less.
That is actually
That
impressive.
is less. According to today's generation, that is less. That is like
Usually it's like 2.5 hours for me because I don't use my phone that much. I actually hate it.
I actually did a research on this screen time and average around 8.5 hours आया था.
Okay.
8.5 to 9 hours
Yeah,
average
so
था. तो
like,
सर आप बहुत एकदम सही
it's
जगह पे.
really good.
I guess that explains if people are spending 8 hours on their time, how are they going to get any time to do anything else? The thing is, like, whenever you have a task in hand, let's say that you want to shoot a video, just sit down and shoot it, phone one side mein rakh do. After that, you do your whatever, you want to scroll, you want to go outside. And whenever you get the time, be it let's say 2 hours before going to the internship, or just let's say when you are in a car, if you're sitting in the back seat, or if you're on a plane, or whatever time you get, you just start your work. Don't waste moments searching for the perfect environment, the perfect time. Exactly 6 ही बजने चाहिए, उसके बाद ही मैं करूँगा ये सब. If you start searching for that, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला. So बस वो मेंटल तुमको बनाना पड़ेगा कि whatever time I have limited, I have to get this done, so your mind will automatically get it done. I guess the most biggest thing is that remove all the distractions, free up your time, and you'll see automatically बहुत सारा time होता है life में.
Yes, that is true.
Do you have anything which motivates you to say no? You have to set boundaries.
Yeah, like it's a discipline कहाँ से आता
Yeah,
है?
so
हाँ.
see, I just tell myself कि I need to get this done, and if that is not enough, I just say that I'm gonna do this for 5 minutes, and if I like it, I'll continue to do it. If I don't like it, I'll just stop and go back to whatever thing was there before it. So I wanted to edit a video yesterday, but I also had some other work, so I was like, I'll just do editing for 5 minutes, and then I ended up completing the entire video in 3 hours.
So like, how do you deal with hate on social media?
Yeah, I mean, I am sure every content creator gets hate, but then to have such a big audience, there might have been a lot of hate in your journey. How did you handle that?
I'll be absolutely honest with you. I don't get hate. I'll be very honest with you. For like, I have to wait for weeks. I have to wait for weeks to get a comment that says something bad about the video or bad about me. Because I try to keep it very non-controversial and very straightforward to the point. So, and most of the people at this point are my juniors, so I guess they don't feel like they should be disrespecting a senior. I think back in 2019 or 2020, मुझे भी ऐसे कुछ कुछ कमेंट्स अफेक्ट करते होंगे, बट इट्स लाइक 3 years in the past. I don't really remember. I remember the good things, not the things which bothered me. So I would say it definitely made me stronger. It made me realize कि थोड़ा सा अपने ओपिनियंस को कम रखना चाहिए सोशल मीडिया पे, प्राइवेट लाइफ को कम रखना चाहिए.
And sir, nowadays, I mean, I have definitely seen it happening. I think everyone is seeing it happen. Ki you obviously are the OG medical
Pioneer.
YouTuber, right? But then now everyone who's entering medical college wants to become a YouTuber, wants to become a content creator. This is like a lot of people's side hustle. So what are your thoughts on this? How are you looking at it?
I think it's great. I think that I love people exploring their interests, their hobbies. Just do YouTube for fun. If it turns out good for you, I'm happy for you. No issues. Do it for fun. I would say all the best. Matlab, just the only thing is that don't let it impact your studies. Since my entire journey was like my content was complementary to my studies and it was not competitive to it. That means अगर मुझे vlog करना है about my studies, I could just make a study with me where I'll be studying the entire day. तो मेरी पढ़ाई पे हो गई, मेरा वीडियो भी बन गया, right? So it was complementary to my studies. It was not competitive to it. So find something in your content that balances this style. Because I know in the starting it can be so difficult to balance making videos, college, outside. It can be very difficult. Don't let it affect your studies because don't forget कि तुम इस profession में डॉक्टर बनने आए हो, तुम एक यूट्यूबर बनने नहीं आए हो. मेरे सर्जरी के एसआर ने मुझे एक दिन राउंड्स पे बोला था कि मैं आई थिंक 1 घंटा लेट हो गया था राउंड को आने को. हम लोग इंटर्न्स भी राउंड अटेंड करते हैं बाय द वे, सो वी लर्न अ लॉट. सो मैं लेट हो गया था एंड देन ही मतलब पूरे राउंड के सामने ही जस्ट आस्क्ड मी, अनुज तू क्या कर रहा है यार, मतलब तुझे तेरा साइड क्रिएशन ही करना है और वीडियोज़ ही बनाने क्या. लाइक नहीं सर, तो क्या है तू. मैं बोला मैं डॉक्टर हूँ सर. तो डॉक्टर जैसे है ना, फिर आना टाइम पे. मैं बोला सही बात बोल रहे हो सर. And he is the person who taught me surgery a lot in final year. He was the one who was guiding me through my practicals. He was my biggest supporter since I was in second year. So it does happen, right? So you have to remember कि तुम्हारा primary और secondary और tertiary aim क्या है life में. Don't let it affect your studies. Biggest thing, biggest mistake.
Next question is regarding next. अभी जो recent webinar हुआ था next का.
Yeah.
उसमें आपके से क्या inputs है?
So I'll be honest, I haven't got the time to look into it. Surgery posting shuru hai. We had an ad day recently, so I was in 24-hour shift, then 6 hours morning, and then I was just done with life. So I haven't had the time to look into it. But once I do, I'll probably be making a video on it, which will be covering everything in detail, which will be helpful to all of you guys. But I know for a fact that with the past history of NMC, they have probably created more confusion.
Yes.
Rather than provide more
true.
solutions, because that has been the natural history so far.
Sir, the last question. So first of all, if and like obviously people don't know, but this is not just the first time that you're seeing Dr. Anuj on our channel, but this is also the first time that I am personally talking to him. I've always wanted to ask you this question. So basically, you just went on a solo trip to Europe, and it is
Yeah.
a dream for many people, not just medical students or anyone, but just for many people. So,
Right.
what was your favorite moment out of that trip, or something that you learned that you could say to your juniors, yeah, to your younger self, ki this thing taught me something?
Great question. So I was in Paris, and I was taking a boat ride, a cruise on the Seine River, which is present over there. And obviously, it was a solo travel, but obviously, I was in a group of other solo travelers which had come together
Okay.
because इंडिया से ऐसे ही सोलो ट्रैवलर को फर्स्ट टाइम इंटरनेशनल जाने को वीज़ा नहीं मिलता सो बट द अदर पीपल दे हैव ऑलरेडी वर वेरी older than me, so I think the youngest person who was of our age was I guess 26 years old. एंड उसके 2 बच्चे भी थे उस समय, 2 बच्चे थे, नॉट इवन किडिंग, ठीक है. एंड ही वॉज विथ हिज वाइफ एंड 2 kids एंड एवरीबडी वॉज देयर. So I felt the most single I have ever felt in that moment कि सब लोग अपने पेरिस में हो, वो भी वाइफ के साथ गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ घूमने आए हो, और एक मैं हूँ. That was a moment, and apart from that, like वो एक moment हुआ, and then I just went in front of the dock and पूरा view था. So we were just going ऐसा मतलब you just imagine like पेरिस के 2 टुकड़े हो जाते हैं, एक इस तरफ का, बीच में से वो रिवर जाता है, इधर you have your Eiffel Tower, right? So इधर से क्रूज शुरू होता है, and I was in the front इधर से यहाँ तक के, and then when the Eiffel Tower came into view, it was phenomenal. मतलब I felt like all my dreams have been achieved. I felt so amazing. I felt like finally all the hard work which I did has paid off. So to all my juniors, I would like to say that believe in your dreams. मैंने सपना देखा था कि मैं एक दिन पेरिस जाऊँगा, और अगर मैंने बिलीव नहीं किया होता उस बात को उस समय पे, तो मैंने कभी ये सपना अचीव भी नहीं किया होता. So no matter how crazy your dream looks like or sounds like, if you really work hard for it, you will be achieving it. Maybe it's like getting 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I know sounds absolutely crazy, right? 19-year-old me thought the same thing about going to Paris when he was 21. That's my message. That was one of the best highlights. Almost हर 1-2 दिन बाद मुझे ऐसे ही लगता था कि वाओ कितना सही है यूरोप.
Coin corner.
Okay, guys, and now we are here for one of the most exciting segments.
Coin corner.
Coin corner. So basically here we're going to be sending Sir and asking him the questions that you sent us. So everything that you want to know is going to be in this segment, and we're so excited to hear you guys here as well. So are you ready, sir?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm really excited for this.
Hello, Anuj sir. So my question for you is that reflecting on your journey as an MBBS aspirant, what advice would you want to give to fellow students who are considering a career in medicine?
Okay, my advice would be that study a lot for NEET-UG. पूरी जितनी मेहनत हो सकती है तुम कर लो, because वो एक ही एग्ज़ाम है which will kind of decide which college you go in and what kind of next 5 years where you're gonna spend. अगर अच्छे से पढ़ लेते हो, you'll get to go into a good city, right? You will get to meet a lot of academically inclined lecturers, professors and students. So just study, and it's okay. Like I see a lot of people who are getting too comfortable in 11th and 12th कि यार नहीं मुझे तो बाहर भी जाना है, पार्टी भी करना है और ऑल ऑफ दैट. यू हैव टू रियलाइज़ कि पुराने ज़माने में साधु महाराज लोग भी तपस्या करते थे जिसमें वो लाइफ को ख़त्म करके एक चीज़ के लिए बैठ जाते थे, राइट? सो यू हैव टू एंटर इनटू दैट तपस्या वाला मोड and crack into a good college. You will thank yourself for the rest of your life. So don't shy away from working hard, and you will have the results much better than you can expect. And all the best. That's what I would say.
अगर कोई MBBS कर रहा है तो उसको what advice would you give?
I would say that enjoy your first and second year a lot. Do every party, do every outing. रात भर जागो, बाहर जाओ, सब करो, पूरी मस्ती कर लो जितनी करनी है, ठीक है? एंड फ्रॉम थर्ड एंड फाइनल ईयर बी सीरियस विद रिस्पेक्ट कि अब तुम डॉक्टर बनने वाले हो, राइट? सो लर्न इन अ वे दैट आई एम गोइंग टू बी अ डॉक्टर एंड नॉट इन अ वे कि आई वॉन्ट टू पास दिस एग्जाम. Thinking in this way will change your preparation level by quite a lot. And attend all the clinics, no matter what your batchmates say, no matter what your department says, attend them because they are going to be helping you in every aspect of your life.
Let's move on to the second audio
one.
now.
Hello, Advika. Good evening, Dr. Anuj sir. I'm a NEET aspirant and had a question for you. Can an average student survive MBBS? If yes, then how? Please share some tips and tricks.
So thank you so much for this question. And obviously, yes, we all are average students. Nobody is extraordinary. Nobody's मतलब ऐसा कोई नहीं कि जो एकदम से टपक गया है धरती पे. We are all starting from zero. Whenever you are entering a new course, we all start from the baseline zero वाला. So it's not like you cannot survive. You can obviously survive and thrive and do things which are so great. So don't be afraid. Just keep working hard and don't forget to study. अगर तुम पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे तो फिर हो सकता है डिफिकल्ट हो सर्वाइव करना, बट अगर तुम पढ़ते रहो कंसिस्टेंटली सो इट्स इजी.
Yeah, true. Consistency is one of the basic things that you need in college with discipline. I have seen toppers जो like बहुत अच्छा score करके आए हैं NEET में and then they just don't study and I mean I won't say that they are failing obviously pass तो हो ही जाते हैं but then you will also find people who you thought are average and they are topping exams they're literally acing it तुम wards जाओगे and they are literally saying the answer then तुम यहाँ पे खड़े हो कि okay इसको ये तो बहुत अच्छा पढ़ रहा है तो like yeah it all depends on the discipline and consistency right.
So like आप किस टाइप के
इट डज
student
इट
थे?
डज.
आप like पूरे ईयर पढ़ाई करते थे या पेपर से 1 मंथ पहले पढ़ने बैठते थे?
मैं पूरे ईयर ही पढ़ाई करता था बिकॉज मतलब मुझे अच्छा लगता है पढ़ाई करना. आई एम अ नर्ड बोल सकते हैं क्या, बट आई ऑल्सो डू अदर थिंग्स अपार्ट फ्रॉम स्टडिंग.
Yeah.
सो आई डोंट क्लासिफाई एज अ क्लासिक
Yeah, it
नर्ड.
cancels
वेरिएंट
out,
होगा
sir.
कोई नर्ड.
You're a cool nerd.
सो फर्स्ट एपिसोड है, अद्विका मुझे कूल नर्ड बोल रही है. एक्सेप्टेबल.
Hi Advika, hi Akshaj. Hello Dr. Anuj sir. I have a question. What qualities do you think are the most important for becoming a successful doctor? I am a little shy and introverted person, therefore have preconceptions regarding it.
Wow. So I don't think I'm qualified to answer this question because I'm still a very junior doctor. I'm still learning a lot of things. But I would say patient communication is very, very important. Very important. Matlab, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you can't explain to the patient what he is suffering from, वो साइड में हो गया. So I think patient communication and good clinical skills is what I would say.
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था कि लाइक थ्रू आउट योर जर्नी फ्रॉम फर्स्ट टू फाइनल ईयर लाइक ऐसा था कि स्टार्टिंग में आप एक इंट्रोवर्टेड पर्सन थे और फिर यू कार्व्ड योरसेल्फ, आपने कम्युनिकेशन सीखी और अब आप एक लाइक प्रॉपर लेवल एक्सट्रोवर्ट बन गए हो, आपको डर नहीं लगता किसी से बात करने से?
Yeah, that happened with me. So in my area in Maharashtra, the area which I live in, it's called Vidarbh. So in Vidarbh, the predominant language we speak is Marathi. I have been in Vidarbh for like 20 years. I don't know Marathi. I didn't knew Marathi, I would say. So everybody was shocked. तुझे मराठी नहीं आती, तू महाराष्ट्रियन नहीं है, क्या है तू, blah blah blah. I'm like नहीं आते यार, क्या करूँ? So all my patients, they speak with me in Marathi. Every OPD patient, in fact we even speak with Marathi with our professors and everything. So it's that integrated in the system. So I did not know Marathi and I sequentially learned it from second year, third year and finally to now I can confidently speak in Marathi and express even medical terms sometimes to let the patient know what is up.
Hello Advika, hi Akshay, good evening Anuj sir. I am in 12th class and my major subjects are PCMB and most of my day goes in school, tuitions and practical classes. And in free time I am too tired and sleepy to do anything. How can I manage self study in this routine when I don't have any time?
Bro, you're living internship before you entered internship. I have no answer for this. I personally always believe that 11th and 12th May college should be non-attending. You should be focusing on your competitive exam. But yeah, since I have not been in this situation, I can't advise. One thing which you can do is optimize your time and study while you are posted in like a class or in a practical. Because I hope that these practicals कुछ तो related होगे वो NEET के exam से. So just try to make time for yourself. But I'm unfortunately not the most qualified person to answer this question. आप लोग बताओ, आप लोग क्या करोगे इसमें?
Probably transportation में जो time है उसको utilize कर लेंगे किसी तरीके से.
Oh, nice. That's a good thing. Yeah, this is something I've also learned कि जब मैं like अपने 11th 12th phase में होती थी तो transportation मेरा coaching थोड़ा दूर था घर से तो I used to study या फिर there's this one tip which I've never said but I've always wanted to say it so we're finally here. So that is कि when you're reading something say it out loud. Suppose तुम एक chapter पढ़ रहे हो, right? NCERT से say it out loud and record it. And then when you're in your van or if you're transporting, you're traveling or whatever you're doing, just plug in your earphones and instead of listening to songs, you can just revise it. तो तुम्हारा time basically save हो जाता है.
There's a concept called audiobooks.
Yeah, audiobooks.
And that is the same thing what
But-
you're saying.
But I don't know audiobooks मैंने NCERT की कभी मिली नहीं. That's why.
That's a good idea. Okay, so moving on to our most favorite segment, that is rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Here we are going to ask Anuj sir various unscripted and pretty quirky questions, and he's got to answer them as soon as possible.
Yeah, and it's gonna be super unscripted, raw, honest, and we're so excited.
I mean, sir is already sweating,
Yeah.
I can see. Okay, so first question is, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Both, if required.
With respect to personal growth, which one is of more importance? Criticism or compliments?
Criticism, obviously.
Would you choose constant change or unwavering stability?
Stability.
If you have to choose one, would you choose best friend or girlfriend?
Girlfriend.
Ooh. Wow.
Okay, sir, the next question is, what would you choose, a person who is brutally honest and blunt or someone who practices euphemism?
Brutally honest. I think I am that person for sometimes. It can be harsh, but it is what it is.
Same, sir, I would prefer brutally honesty.
Okay, so if you could collaborate with any YouTuber, who would it be? And why?
PewDiePie, because he's my favorite YouTuber. He's amazing and he's having a baby, so
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like full circle moment.
So, what would you prefer, a friend who challenges you to be a better person or a friend who accepts you as you are?
I think the friend who challenges me.
Okay, so what's the one skill that you wish you had but you are still on the journey to find it or achieve it?
Endotracheal intubation. I really want to perfect it, but it's still something I'm working on.
Wow. That was something I never expected, but yeah, coming from a medical intern, I get it.
Sir, what's something that no one knows about you?
That I am 6 feet 2 inches in real life.
Oh, that. Wow, I had no idea about
Yeah, I also had no idea about
I
that.
know.
Okay, so out of all the videos and all the content you've created, which one would you say is your favorite?
Exam Saga season 2 is my best work. So it has got 5 episodes. First episode, I'm really anxious. I'm preparing for the exams. Second episodes, I'm giving the exams. I'm happy about it. Third episode's practicals there. I'm really happy about it. I'm feeling I'll be scoring good. Fourth episode, I'm going outside with my friends. Fifth episode, results may have taught my college. So it's a complete arc. Matlab, you can just watch it like a series. बहुत मजा आएगी तुम्हें.
When faced with a difficult decision, do you rely on logical thinking and using your analytical skills or on your intuition and heart more?
I rely on my intuition and heart more. Logic रह जाएगा side में, but gut feeling हमेशा ही सही होती है most of the time.
Okay, I've got a very simple one now. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
I don't know why, but I thought it would be tea.
Describe a time when you faced a creative block and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, so creative block, I do face it from time to time and I take inspiration from my audience. So I ask my audience what do you guys want to see, and if I do face that, I rely on whatever is trending. So if it's trending, I can make a video and it will do well as well and it won't look out of pace. So मतलब that's something you can always fall back on. अगर कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, what's trending वो डाल दो. It will be okay.
So, sir, if you could write an autobiography right now, what would its title be?
Believe.
Oh.
Believe.
Okay, sir, this is the last question. If you could keep only 3 possessions in your life, what would they be and why?
They would be my camera because first I like making and shooting and all of that. Second, it would be my MacBook. Without it, मेरा editing नहीं हो पाएगा and upload नहीं हो पाएगा. And thirdly, I would like to keep कौन सी चीज़? अच्छा एक ही चीज रखनी है.
Stethoscope.
I would like to keep the book of Harrison so that
Oh my
I would be
So
finally
out of
able to complete
out of
it.
everything in the world, you chose that Harrison book, sir. Seriously.
Because अगर तुम्हारे पास और कुछ नहीं है तो एटलीस्ट तुम एक टास्क पे तो फोकस कर पाओगे. I haven't come up to reading the entire book yet, but I hope that I will be in the future.
And with that, I think rapid fire comes to an end.
Yes.
This was insane. The whole conversation was insane. Like, I learned so much from this 1.5 hour that we talked, and it's just so inspirational for us as well. And I'm pretty sure for millions of people.
I mean, sir is just like he's in his videos, एकदम chill
Yeah.
vibe. ऐसा लग नहीं रहा पहली बार बात कर रहे हैं.
Exactly. Like the time you turned your video on, I was like, उसके बाद बीच में there were some issues, but I was like, अक्षय जैसा feel ही नहीं हुआ कि you know I'm looking at him for the first time. It's so cool.
Yeah, sir has riz.
Thank you so much, yaar. You guys also have great riz. I don't know what it means, but same. The feeling is mutual, I would say. मुझे भी ऐसा नहीं लगा कि you guys I've been talking to you guys for the first time.
Maybe we'll have you soon again, and then you know try the hard questions.
तो मम्मा से पूछ के आऊँगा
Yeah.
सर question.
Right. I mean, it was really fun interacting with all of you guys. I really hope all the people who are watching this enjoyed. These guys put a ton of effort into making their videos. I just heard about the logistics और जो कैमरे के पीछे वायर्स होते हैं, दुनिया भर के लाइट्स होती है, टेक्निकल एरर्स और इंटरनेट इश्यूज होते हैं. So if you are still watching, do make sure to subscribe to their channel because
this
the
means
effort these guys are taking is absolutely real. I've been through that, so I know. And they absolutely deserve you hitting that red button. So do that and like the video if you liked it. And thank you so much for watching till the end.